TVC Breakfast. It's not time for us to link up with Eshomomo Imodu and Tijesu Adoye in our Abuja studios for the FCT brief. Good morning. How was Abuja this morning? Take it over.
Good morning, Ibrahim and the rest of the team. Abuja is cool and calm as always. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, good morning and good to have you here on this Monday morning. And TJ, how was the weekend?
Very well. As you can see, I'm looking bright and beautiful, ready to combat the week with interesting stories. Thank you very much.
Actually, I had the weekend to myself. I told my friends I just want to be alone this weekend.
Well, I hope it was a time of deep reflection for you.
Exactly.
Well, let's begin our discussion this morning with a claim by a lawmaker who says that getting a bill or a motion on the order paper for any lawmaker that intends to will cost 3 or 2 million naira. He has to lobby his colleagues with monetary inducement. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I think that claim is quite indicting, and whether it is true or not, it does not help the integrity of the National Assembly. And also, it's coming from a member, so it's difficult for you to say it's not true because he's an insider. And how the National Assembly handles this will go a long way in helping them to maintain their integrity. It's not a time for you to quiet him. Remember also, I think in the 8th Assembly, Senator Shehu Sani also blew the lead when he said no senator goes on with less than 20 million naira per month, and people cried out. And what has been done after that? Nothing. And I think that there should be a time for sober reflection. Our lawmakers, with all these things coming out, we need to sit back and look at not just about you today, but about the integrity of our #1 lawmaking institution. It's quite sad.
Indeed. Well, we've seen time and time again lawmakers come out to say if they want something passed, they have to lobby their colleagues, although they have denied that, there's any monetary inducement. But with this kind of revelation, I want to know if the leadership is aware of this kind of thing, or has it become a norm? Is it a tradition? Is it something that they just, go with and everybody is okay with it? Because if we have reduced lawmaking to this level, that a price tag is now placed on representation. If you cast your mind back, you will see there was a video that went viral of a National Assembly clerk stating that, some of these lawmakers actually take monies from the committees, purses, and all of that. If we're having claims like this, I don't think this spells well for, the image of the National Assembly that has already been brutalized. So I hope that, as you said, this lawmaker is not ostracized for, making this kind of revelation. Rather, an investigation should be done, to
not
get to the root
not by
of
the
the
National
matter.
Assembly, an independent investigation.
Well, we have seen Sarah call for an investigation, call on the EFCC and the ICPC to investigate the matter. So I hope that they indeed get to the root of this, because this is corruption in all colors.
And this didn't just start today. I remember in the presidency of Obasanjo, a former minister, then he was a nominee, El Rufai, came out and said, for you to pass through, that they pay for you to be screened and all that. And nothing happened since then. And it has become a practice.
Well,
so sad.
Let's just get into what we have for you today.
Exactly. Now, good morning and welcome to FCT Brief. Now, we begin this week with a major development in Nigeria's counter-terrorism efforts, as authorities have announced the capture of suspected Ansaru terrorists believed to be the masterminds behind the 2022 Kuje Correctional Center jailbreak in Abuja. Now, the high-profile attack, which shook the nation and led to the escape of hundreds of inmates, was claimed by the Ansaru group, by the terrorist group Ansaru, an offshoot of Boko Haram with close ties to Al-Qaeda. Now, security agencies acting on credible intelligence launched a coordinated operation in parts of Kaduna and Niger states. The operation led to the arrest of several key suspects directly linked to the daring assault on the correctional facility. According to officials, the suspects had been on the run since the incident, but recent surveillance and joint operations with local communities made their capture possible.
This arrest makes a significant victory in Nigeria's efforts to dismantle terrorist networks threatening national security. The Kuje jailbreak had sparked widespread criticisms over prison security and counter-terrorism measures in Nigeria. Analysts believe that this recent arrest not only restores some public confidence, but also serves as a warning to extremist groups that no hiding place is safe. With the capture of these high-profile suspects, security forces say they remain committed to preventing further terror attacks and strengthening prison intelligence nationwide. For further engagement on these achievements by the security forces, we have with us a multifaceted professional whose career spans military service, strategic consulting, research and human capacity development, retired Captain Lukman Gidado. It's good to have you in our studio this morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Well,
good morning.
Let's begin our discussion this way. Security forces have arrested this prominent terrorist in the North Central region. Does this prove military capacity? How should Nigerians say that we've reached a turning point in this fight against terror?
Okay, I would say that the arrest of the Ansaru terrorist leaders span a very, very significant milestone in the Nigerian counterterrorism effort. And this has proven that the activities of our security agencies, the military, the police, and other security agencies in line with the strategic coordination of the Office of the National Security Advisor are leaving no stone unturned in ensuring that Nigeria become a more safer, a more secured environment and nation for all and sundry. So I would say that this is a big milestone. First and foremost, it has the potential capacity to decapacitate what is called leadership decapacitation within the Ansaru cell. As we all know, the Ansaru, they've been operating within the borders of Kwara State, Niger State, and Benin Republic, and by extension, Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso. So this arrest to all intents and purposes, it will definitely disrupt their leadership capacity in terms of coordination, in terms of logistics supply chain. So this is a big blow to them, and I strongly believe that it has bring about a situation whereby people residing in that general area can carry out their normal activities without issues. And this has further shown that the current security framework, under the leadership of the National Security Advisor, Malam Nuri Bado, it's taking both step, decisive step, even though, security dynamics are not issues that will be made public. But they are working with strategic intelligence, coordination with other security agencies towards curbing all forms of criminal and terrorist activities in Nigeria.
Now this arrest, definitely, like you said, and was also, as we noted, is a milestone achievement. Now, what are those things that help them to galvanize this kind of arrest, and how can we consolidate that win? Because it's one thing to have done this raid and this arrest, and it's another thing to want to rest on our oars and those guys regroup again. So what can be done to sustain this momentum, even amongst the rank and file on the field?
Okay, thank you. First and foremost, to sustain this momentum, there should be continuous improvement in the activities of the security agencies. The police, the military, the DSS should sustain the tempo of interagency collaboration. This will go a long way towards bringing about a more safer society. So the era of struggling for ascendancy, which security agency is more superior than the other, has passed. You see improved coordination. Many a times you see the Chief of Defense Staff, you see the Director General of the DSS, you see the IG of the police, the service chiefs, all working together assiduously towards ensuring that Nigeria becomes a more safer society. So if that improved coordination is maintained, it will go a long way towards sustaining the momentum of the operation. Additionally, there's need to further strengthen the engagement with local communities. Either we like it or not, they say politics is local, security is local. So if there is a sustained collaboration with local communities, this has a significant role to play towards sustaining the momentum. In that the local communities are able to have trust in our security agencies. Right. And this is very, very simple. When you go to local community, enhance the local security coordination there. We have local vigilante groups, traditional rulers, forge a very robust synergy with them They will provide you with the necessary information, and there will be no hidden place for all these terrorists.
Indeed. Well, I get what you're saying, but we'll need to take this quick short break now. We'll still continue this conversation. That will be right after this break. Don't go anywhere. There's more. We're glad to have you back. You're still watching TVC Breakfast, and this is FCT Brief. We're still discussing counter-terrorism, and we still have with us in the studio retired Captain Lukman Gidado. Thank you for staying with us still. Well, before we went on the break, you mentioned that security is local. Well, critics say that those arrested that have admitted to this, terrorism acts are pawns, and the masterminds are left untouched. Shouldn't the real battle be about being about persecuting the masterminds behind these terrorist attacks?
Okay, before we went on the short break, you were asking me that what are the strategies to be put in place towards sustaining this momentum. Yeah. So I was coming to that. Judicial reform is a necessity. There should be a reform whereby terrorists and criminals, there should be speedy prosecution of them. The era of romancing terrorists has passed. When you are found wanting, there should be speedy judicial process. You should be prosecuted without further hesitation. So unnecessary judicial delay should be curbed. If this is done, it will go a long way towards serving as deterrence to other groups. Immediately you are caught, you are apprehended, prosecution should be strengthened. It should be a speedier process. So delay, for me, is not good when it comes to issue of national security. So we need a judicial reform that will ensure that a criminal or a terrorist who has been caught by the security agencies is prosecuted without further hesitation.
Okay.
I asked the question, shouldn't the masterminds also be found, be named and also prosecuted?
Who are the masterminds? These two...
The sponsors.
The sponsors. Who are the sponsors? I strongly believe that with the arrest of these two leaders of the Ansaru groups, the Office of the National Security Agency, National Security Advisor, is doing everything humanly possible towards getting their sponsors.
So you're saying that these people remain faceless. We've seen several times where, some of these community members, even high prominent people say, we know them, we know where they are. So if you have this information and you are saying that, okay, these people remain faceless, how do we now, juxtapose the two? And also, how do we expect to win the war if we're dealing with a faceless enemy?
First and foremost, let me quickly correct an assertion. They are not faceless.
Okay.
In the coming days, in the coming weeks, in the coming days, you are going to see more outcome of what these arrests will bring about. And like I said, security issues are dynamics that you cannot make open. It's not something that the general public will have information about. But I am telling you that in the coming days, see what this arrest will lead to.
Okay, in the coming days, what the arrest will look, the outcome of the arrest. But we had a history where a government official came out and said they know the sponsors of all these acts. Now, when a top-ranking government official makes such a statement, they know. And like she asked the other time, why is it that prosecution is not there? Don't you think if we have these names, like the people you arrested, the phones were seized, other gadgets were seized, so intel from those can lead to those stuff. Why is it difficult to have that political will to follow after this such arrest, to go after the sponsors and really prosecute, just like the names they said they had that time?
Okay, I would like to ask, who are these so-called government officials saying they know the sponsors, they know the financiers? Is it coming from the appropriate authority? Is it coming from the Office of the National Security Advisor?
Not this government, the minister in the previous government.
But we are in a different government. So let us give this government the opportunity to do the needful. We shouldn't be going back to say, okay, people in the are they in this government? The answer is no. So whatever we are talking about should be about current realities. When something is coming from the Office of the National Security Advisor under the strategic leadership of Malam Nuhu Ribadu, then we can take it more seriously. When it's coming from the Chief of Defence Staff, we can take it more seriously. So let us allow this government. We are already seeing results, either we like it or not. So let us give them the time. Like I said, that you are going to see the outcome of what this arrest will bring about in the coming days. And I strongly believe that the security agencies are leaving no stone unturned. You will hear positive outcome. I strongly believe that. So let's leave what has passed. Let's leave the previous administration. Let us hear from the appropriate agency, appropriate person, appropriate people in charge in this current government. Let us hear that they say they know the people in charge. And I'm very sure the prosecution will take place. So let us give them time. Let us strongly believe in them. Let's support them. The era of discrediting our security agencies should be a bygone. These are people that are sacrificing a lot towards sustaining the territorial integrity of the Nigerian state. So I want to call on all Nigerians that we are already seeing results. I want to be a bit biased. I'm from Kwara. I'm happy that my people from Kwara will be happy with this. And I have a strong affiliation with Niger State. So these are people that have been masterminding series of attacks, particularly in the northern part of Kwara State. So with this arrest, I am happy. The Kwarans will be happy. So I strongly believe that this is the beginning. There will be further positive outcomes in the coming days. So let us believe that. Let us support them. Like I said, security dynamics are not issues that can be thrown in the open, but let us wait for the outcome. There are a lot of concerted effort by health security agencies towards curbing all forms of terrorist acts in Nigeria. Thank you.
Well, oftentimes, after these arrests are being made, we see terrorists in Nigeria are often being granted amnesty and not punishment. So doesn't this compromise the justice system and embolden new recruits for this kind of terrorist attacks if they just, all they get is just a slap on the wrist?
Like I said earlier, judicial reform is a necessity towards curbing terrorism. When Mr. Hay, as a terrorist, was apprehended, and other people that have the potential of getting involved in terrorism, see how he has been treated. For instance, unnecessary delay in terms of court proceeding. But when there's a speedy process in terms of prosecuting them, it will go a long way towards serving as deterrence towards other terrorist groups. Now, you are talking about the aspect of amnesty. There are procedures to this. Amnesty is not something that somebody will just wake up and grant terrorist groups.
I have seen that happen.
I am sure that they must have met the criteria that have been set by the government.
So what is that criteria? Granting someone that has, displaced many, killed many, what kind of justification could there be that you would release these people with just,
Like I said, I am not a supporter of granting amnesty to any criminal group, any terrorist group. These are people that have turned families and throw them into sorrow. They've killed security agents, they've killed our soldiers, they've killed the police. They should be made to face the full wrath of the law. I don't know if I'm communicating. So I am not a supporter of that. I have colleagues who have been amputated. I have colleagues who, in the course of combat, they have injuries, lifelong injuries. People have been killed. So when these so-called people are arrested, the idea of amnesty, I'm not a supporter of it. They should be prosecuted. They should be made to face the full wrath of the law.
Okay, what if it is not amnesty, it is de-radicalization, as is currently as been said, de-radicalizing the terrorists?
Who are you de-radicalizing? You are de-radicalizing somebody who is a mastermind of weapons, somebody who can handle weapons. Like I said, let them face the full wrath of the law. Who are you de-radicalizing? This is somebody that have been killing people innocently, destroying critical government national infrastructure, killing innocent civilian. So that person will now be apprehended. You now say you want to de-radicalize him. We've seen instances whereby these so-called people still go back to their criminality. So I am calling on all critical stakeholders that they should be made to face the full wrath of the law. You have been apprehended, and all data available are proving that you have been involved in terrorism. Face the full wrath of the law. The era of romancing terrorist criminal element should be discarded. Let them face the full wrath of the law. Those that need to be killed, they should be killed. Because they've killed people. They've killed innocent civilians. They've killed security agencies. So like I said, I am a strong protagonist of the fact that no form of terrorist or criminals should be granted any form of amnesty. Because I strongly believe that it will go a long way towards bringing about a more sane and safer society.
Well, allegations persist that some institutions, they actually have the support of some critical institution, and also some security officers have been accused of, colluding with these terrorist groups. Take, for instance, how do they move money as well? We still see this terrorist group freely move money and through financial institutions. So shouldn't we also be digging deep into how this money is moved in banks, and yet they are not traced, they are not, no one is being persecuted? Shouldn't we be asking this kind of questions?
Like I said earlier, the arrest of these two terrorist leaders will unravel a lot of things. You will see prosecution taking place. Efforts, I strongly believe that efforts are ongoing to unravel who are the financiers. What is the supply chain in terms of logistics and weaponry? Don't forget the fact that this transcends beyond Nigerian borders. They have strong affiliation with Al-Qaeda. They operate within the shores of Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. And this will further catalyze the activities of multinational joint task force. So it's a significant milestone, like I said earlier, and it will further give our security operatives, to galvanize them to do more.
Okay. Now, talking about how to galvanize security operatives, what kind of morale booster do you think men on the field would need at this period where the tempo, the morale is high because of this arrest? How can they be further motivated on the battlefield?
Okay. First and foremost, this significant milestone is indeed a morale booster. So I will call on all the stakeholders to continue strengthening our security agents, boost their morale in terms of providing them the combat enablers to continue to do more, to continue to go after the terrorists. You will agree with me that the era of our security forces, the military, the police, sitting down in their defensive area has passed. They go all out. It's more of offensive operation, and it's yielding positive results. So when all combat enablers are provided for them, they will do more. Believe you me, the Nigerian state is blessed with highly dedicated and committed security agencies. We have patriotic soldiers, police, but just make sure that they are provided with the combat enablers that will allow them to go after these criminals and the terrorists, and you see more results. Provide them with the resources, you see more results.
Nigeria's cooperation with Chad and Niger against extremists has stalled. Can't regional alliances be revived so that, we don't risk these isolated victories and, it's an all-encompassing victory?
I said earlier that this has a strong tendency of catalyzing more robust activities under the framework of ECOWAS security initiatives and indeed multinational joint task force. So anybody telling you that our relationship has stalled doesn't know what he or she is saying. There is strong collaboration and they are working together towards achieving a common goal. What is the goal? Towards ensuring the security of life and properties within the Sahel region. So none of our relationship is strained. There is strong collaboration, there is strong coordination, and like I said, as Nigeria has achieved this significant milestone, I strongly believe that other states such as Niger and Burkina Faso should also strengthen their capacity in ensuring that all these hideouts are curbed. They should be combed across the Sahel region. It should not be something that only the Nigerian state should be doing. And like I said, I strongly believe that there is enough coordination. We have ECOWAS security initiatives. We have the multinational joint task force all working together towards achieving a lasting peace within the Sahel region.
All right, we must say thank you so much for your time with us on the program. Retired Captain Lukman Gidado, it's a pleasure speaking with you this morning.
Thank you very much. Thank you. My pleasure.
That's where we'll leave the conversation this morning. We'll now hand you over to Lagos, where Ibrahim and the rest of the team are standing by to continue with the rest of the show.
Thank you very much, Tejesu. That's quite an insightful conversation and very thoughtful at this point in time. Thank you.